welcome back to BetterAvecBourbon. Today we have an exciting video for you bourbon enthusiasts, smelling, tasting, and mixing Michter's small batch Kentucky bourbon. Michter's is known for being a lower proof premium bourbon. It comes in at about double the cost of counterparts like Maker's Mark Kentucky bourbon, but is it worth it? To find out, let's get to it. So the first thing you want to do is examine the nose of the bourbon, and the ideal way is using a whiskey snifter like the Glencairn glass I have here. It allows you to get all the good and bad notes of the whiskey without it being too harsh on your nose, as is the case with smelling directly out of the bottle, or too gentle as is the case with using a rocks glass, as it allows a lot more oxygen in. First thing you want to do is swish around your bourbon to allow it to coat the glass and aerate the bourbon. Getting closer, you see it is indeed a bourbon, but also note the classic caramel coloring you get purely from the barrel aging process. Not coloring agents, as well as some of the liquid branching known as legs forming around the glass. Legs help indicate whether your bourbon is of higher proof, but also characteristic of the barrel aging process that incorporates fatty acids, tannins, and other components from the wood. In short, the thicker, longer, and more organized the legs look, the higher quality and proof the whiskey is. Now let's give it a sniff and a taste. Scent-wise, I'm getting some caramel toffee, apricot, and a softwood varnish quality. Similarly, upon tasting, you get a toffee, fruity, with a pinch of cinnamon taste, with a decent mouthfeel for something lower ABV. But the aftertaste is a bit rough for something on the lower proof end of bourbon, and likely not something you expect at this price point. Now let's try it in a classic bourbon cocktail, the Old Fashioned. Get your bar mat, Michter's small batch bourbon, Angostura bitters, and some rich Demerara syrup. Start by grabbing your mixing glass and adding 3 to 4 dashes of Angostura bitters. Then grab your jigger and add 0.25 ounces of rich Demerara syrup. Pour it in slowly because the syrup is thick. Juggle with your jigger for a moment before realizing what side you need. And then pour in 1, then 2 for 2 ounces of bourbon. Grab a scoop of ice and stir for a good 15 to 20 seconds. Maybe sing a song, watch your BetterAvecBourbon reel or talk, like, comment, and subscribe. And then ready your favorite rocks or double rocks glass with a large cube and strain your cocktail into it. Upon sipping, it's a great tasting old fashioned and probably about as approachable as an old fashioned gets. particularly for those who like it sweeter and at a lower proof. Overall though, I just think you can get a much better value bourbon than Michter's small batch. It has a lot going for it, but I'd sooner invest in 2 bottles of Wild Turkey 101, some Basil Hayden's, or just pay the extra $10 to $20 to get something that feels top shelf. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to garnish your old fashioned with an orange peel. Cheers.